Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. Let's dive deep into this one. Whatever you resonate with, you can keep it. If you don't like something, you can scrap it. So let's find out what is the message for today. I'm going to be using my tarot cards for this. You have gone through certain situations in your life which were so intense that you learned a lot of lessons and you realized a lot more about the masculine and feminine energy than you used to earlier. I'm also being shown that there was a time where you probably lost your power or your freedom, or you felt powerless, and you have worked on your root chakra. There were probably some addiction that you have released, maybe some habits you have changed. Your behavior is more like you're able to see the light and you're taking back the control of your life and of yourself. There was a time when you would give your remote control, the remote control of your mood, of your joy, of your emotions to other people. Other people could press the buttons and they could get a reaction from you. But now you have developed discernment and you are also learning to cultivate joy in your life, joy and gratitude. Gratitude is a very powerful exercise. It's also something which is very underestimated or is probably undervalued by a lot of people. I think it should become more popular in the spiritual community also. Like, people should do gratitude practice at least 5 times in a day, 3 times in a day when they're going through something bad, something difficult. And on a normal day, they should do it at least twice, morning and evening. Maybe you are opening up to these thoughts. Maybe you are opening up to gratitude. You're opening up to cultivating joy. You're very much open to surrender. And I see the coming together of divine masculine and feminine energies for whosoever who resonates with this reading. I'm also being shown that you have now kept a strong footing. Wherever you are in life, you had to struggle a lot to be there. And there were many people who were probably against you. You were maybe in the energy of feeling defeated. There were times when you did not have enough courage. You felt you needed more courage. You've been in very low times, in very low phases. And it could have also been like a wave in your life, like up and down, up and down, up and down. And all you wanted was to get some stability, to get some peace. And I also feel that it could be possible that you were too critical of yourself. You were extremely critical of yourself, and yet I also feel that you would get triggered. How it is like you're criticizing yourself, but if someone else would say, oh yeah, I agree with you, you'll probably not like it. And maybe you use this trigger to work on yourself. Maybe you realize that something is triggering you, something is not sounding correct, and you need to work on it. I see a marriage, I see an offer, I see a trade, I see partnership also in this reading, and I'll explain it to you. I see very strong energy of love here. I also see completion and I also see celebration. So there are lots of good things also I see. But before you reach these good things, this could also be a timeless reading for you, because 7 of Wands is a card of solar plexus chakra. It is telling me that you probably took the challenge and you got protection for yourself. You became someone who realized that nobody else is going to walk on that path. You have to walk on your path. And nobody is going to protect you. Nobody is going to say those positive things to you. You yourself have to say those positive things to yourself. And you have created a strong defense system for your energy, because you've realized that your energy matters a lot. You need to be in a good space mentally, and you need to focus on the positive aspects of your life. Maybe there were some people around you, or maybe the conversations you were having with certain people who were close to you, they were always bringing in the energy of fear. Either they could sense the fear in you, or they themselves have a habit pattern of talking about fear. When they talk about fear, it could be like, oh, how are you gonna do this? How will you manage this? What's gonna happen to you? How will you figure it out? Life is so difficult, this way, that way. Or they would over encourage you, like they would remind you that you're a weak person. But then you realize that it could be coming not from them directly, but it could be coming from why you working on anything else externally. You started doing only your inner work. You would jot things down. If you are with the therapist or a healer, then you would jot things down before your sessions. You would make a list of everything. You really look forward to inner work, is what I'm being shown. And this type of work that you're putting into your inner work, this type of excitement you put into inner work. So what I'm being shown is that there's a devil card also in the reverse. Maybe it was a tower moment that changed you drastically, but there is a radical change I see in your energy, due to which the Seven of Wands started working in a positive way for you, because the other cards, the surrounding cards, are very, very, very positive. So when I see the marriage over here, it's the marriage of divine masculine and divine feminine. It's the marriage of Shri and Om. It's the marriage of Lakshmi and Vishnu. It's a marriage of Shiva and Shakti kind of energy I'm being shown. Pure masculine and divine feminine getting into a marriage situation. And before that, I'm being shown that there is a completion. There's a feminine energy which is in completion. Via word, I'm being shown this, that there is an integration that has happened with the higher energy, with the source energy. There is accomplishment. It could have been in a percentile way. Maybe there is more to do, but wherever you are, this stage is very important. I'm being shown that new worlds are opening up for you. How this really works energetically and then in your tangible reality is that when you want to change yourself, your life, and you're extremely focused in changing your life, and you're also doing the right things, you are taking the correct steps, like you are practicing gratitude every day, and you're being very patient. Sometimes what happens is, with a lot of people, when they are doing inner work, they don't see any change in their reality. They are like cross-checking again and again. They don't see any change in their reality, and that frustrates them. When they get frustrated, they start saying things verbally, or they start feeling it. They get frustrated, like it's not changing, it's the same. Oh my God, I am stuck. I'm gonna die. I cannot move ahead. I'm stuck. They feel like that. So whosoever resonates with this reading could be a very strong validation, because whatever I'm saying, this is deep metaphysics, and whatever I'm saying, this cannot be understood by a beginner. Okay? If you are a beginner, you feel you're a beginner, then there are lots and lots of channelings. You can go to the oldest channelings and you'll see a lot of channelings that might help you deeply. And at that time also, I was creating content for people who are in advanced stages. So just go through it. Whatever you resonate with, just listen to it, because energetically and intuitively, you all, whosoever is here, is very strong. It's just that sometimes we doubt our intuition way too much. And when we learn to believe in our intuition, things change magically. So yes, I'm being shown that you're a person who realized this, and you stopped testing it, you stopped checking it again and again, you just let it be, you were in flow. And it's very interesting that when we change, we move into another dimension. Things change, people change, or our lifestyle changes. I mean, we are still in the same world. We are still in the same locality maybe. Some of you could be in the same house, but things change. Physically also things change. Maybe you renovate your house, or maybe you move into another house, but you're in the same locality, same area. Or you stop talking to those people who were causing negativity to you. Or maybe somebody moved away from your space, from your periphery. Or you just got disconnected with those people who no longer share any valuable lessons or appreciation or anything positive, any learning basically. No valuable lessons were being added from those people. So you could be looking at things and you could be thinking that, okay, physically everything seems pretty much the same, but energetically, because you shifted, then physically also it looks different. I mean, with me also, I can give you one example. During my awakening, I was living in a certain house, and there were lots of negativity around that house, around that apartment, I felt. Coming from all sorts of people, the tenants around or the other people around. Suddenly, I stopped doing those things. I just told you the same things. One fine day, I was like, I'm not going to react to my reality the same way. Let it be. And those people who were creating negativity, they could not have any impact. And then some of them moved away, like they moved out from that place. I remember for a long time, the whole building was empty. There were only 2 people who were living in the building. And that was very shocking. For a long time, the building remained empty. In fact, I've been noticing that I see some tenants now, after such a long time, after 3 to 4 years, I've been seeing new tenants coming in. Otherwise, for all that while, that building was empty. And then there were, some changes I made in my lifestyle. And things changed. I started doing a lot of different types of workouts. My routine changed drastically. And the people I was interacting with, they changed. And in some cases, the way I was interacting with people, that changed. So mental separation is very important. And I see whosoever it is, the world card is showing to me there is earth energy here, which is very important in the world card. And there is help from all corners, and there is literally abundance in all corners of life. There is a completion. Some cycle has completed. Maybe somebody you were in relationship with, you tried to work it out a lot, and maybe the other person also made some effort, but you feel in your heart, in your mind, you feel that you've completed something with this person. You've completed a whole cycle with this person. So yes, we can say that in many cases, physically, you probably are in the same world, but you have dimensionally moved. Your frequency has changed. So you are having a different experience altogether. That door sometimes is closed. You cannot go to the past. But still, if we want, we human beings can choose to listen to the negative voice in our head. But when we change in frequency, we change in dimension, that as an option is not very visible to us. It's in fact invisible to us. So this is a good thing that's happening to you. After going through all of the problems, all of the things, you've realized that even while you were going through those problems, you still had so many wonderful things going on with you. You still had so many things to thank God for. So I'm seeing this celebration, this marriage celebration. It's a joyful celebration. There is a person, like a priest is there, who is getting the masculine and feminine married. The priest is reading the vows, saying the vows, and the masculine and feminine is accepting it. There is, yes, this is what it means, this is what marriage means. So you got to be in this state forever. Do you say yes, do you say no? And both of them say I do, that type of situation. Or else I see the 2 of cups for some people, where a very beautiful proposal is being given of unity, of love, of harmony. So this is the union of divine masculine and feminine. And the earth energy is very strong. I mean, maximum cards that I've picked out, they have earth energy. Even the devil card reversed, it is earth energy, It is earth energy. It's connected with the root chakra energy. Then we have 7 of Wands is more of fire energy. So yeah, it brings in that passion. It brings in that motivation. It gives you more faith in your intentions. You become more disciplined. You become more caring. There is self-love, lots and lots of self-love. And 4 of Wands is showing me that there's also again harmony and balance, and there is also completion. So this is also denoting a time of peace. It is denoting a time of contentment. And this also talks about you are getting the result of your hard efforts, hard work and efforts. And it's also a time for relaxation. It's also preparation for a honeymoon period, you can say. It's also something very long term. It's a very positive sign. All the cards are very positive. And I'm being shown, for some people, it could be reunion, it could be celebration. For some people, not for everyone. Because when someone from your past comes back in your life again and they show big change, then also the change may look instant change for that time, but there is a lot that goes into it. So that again happens when you change energetically and you refuse to test things out and you refuse to focus on anything negative. Like no matter how many negative thoughts are given to you, you just keep saying you're not interested in that. You just don't care. You don't want to care. You don't even interact with it. I mean, there is an exercise, these manifestation people talk about it, that whenever you have a negative thought, you must replace it with 3 positive thoughts. You must say something positive to yourself, which is actually a very good practice. I don't say all practices in manifestation world are wrong practices, but some of the things that people are teaching, they are basically not coming from the good energy. It creates a lot of desire and it creates a lot of attachment, and sometimes people get very anxious, sometimes they get very irritated, and then you're back to square one, because people get annoyed when their affirmations are not working and they're not seeing a visible change in their reality. So they get irritated and they cannot say those positive things at that point in time. This is why we have sessions like these, to remind you that sometimes you can just simply ignore the negative thoughts. Like you don't even reply to it. You get a negative thought, it's a fleeting thought, you say, whatever, and you just do your work. You just get back to your thing. Maybe that phase has come in your life, you recognize it, and it has gone. And due to that, due to the positive approach and due to ignoring the negativity, there is such a big change in your energy that other people are also inspired by that change, and you're very straightforward. You just say whatever it is and you say it very politely. You have a justification for everything and you say it very politely. So I think this is a good state to be in. But because we're talking about the marriage of masculine and feminine energy here, the celebration is not just about the reunion with someone from your past. The celebration is for the union of masculine and feminine energies here. And for some people it is homecoming. So homecoming is also being shown to me couple of times, but I feel that it takes time for the homecoming to happen, and this type of very stable reunion is being shown to me. That takes time. So whosoever it is who resonates with this part especially, you are a very patient person. You have done great deal of inner work. You have developed a lot of patience, and you're a person full of joy. You've learned to cultivate joy, and you are very much in the present moment. So this could apply to you. And the Lover's card. Now this is also interesting, because if you look at the Lover's card also energetically, it can look like a marriage situation, because there is someone who's blessing the feminine and the masculine. The feminine is completely integrated with the higher energy, the supreme energy or the angelic energy, and the masculine is completely integrated with the feminine. There is not even a single point where there is any confusion or lack of clarity. I mean, there is a perfect partnership. There's a perfect sense of partnership. It's a very long term, you can say eternal commitment. And if it's happening in percentage, like I say that sometimes for many people inner work is happening or ascension is happening in percentage, in stages and cycles, it could mean that one particular cycle you have complete clarity. Like you have long-term clarity in a certain cycle or in a certain area. That cannot change now. That's locked. That's fully locked, and it's like this is sorted completely. Now next things you can work on or you can think about. So yes, there is partnership, there is love, there is unity, And this is about the heart chakra. This is about your thoughts. There is a unity and harmony, complete harmony in the thoughts, and there is a lot of appreciation, self-love also I see. Both people have self-love, and there's a healthy amount of self-love, because when you love yourself so much, only then you have the discernment to choose the right person for you, or to trust the right people, or to attract the right people who could be one with your mission, or who could be one with your emotions and feelings. I can say that this channeling, this collective reading, is a mark of the marriage between divine masculine and divine feminine. And for a lot of you people who might be thinking that, you know what, I am not thinking about marriage, or I'm not thinking about these type of romantic unions, or dating someone, you could be like very happy, or you could be very happy with your mission. You could even be happy with a soulmate connection, and you have read a lot about twin flames, or maybe your twin flame is reconnected with you and you're friends with that person also. Whatever the case is, I can tell you for sure that in your heart chakra, the masculine and feminine have entered, and they are in harmonious energies, they are in union energy. So you can actually feel the feminine and the masculine entering in your heart space, and then moving into all of your blood cells, moving into all of your pores and your DNA, and they are like with each other. Like I said, Shri and Om, Vishnu and Lakshmi, they are all together. Shiv and Shakti, they are in harmony, they are in union. You are relaxed, you are in gratitude, you don't lack anything, you believe in abundance. Abundance is also the unity of masculine and feminine energy. So if you see a lot of abundance around you in your life, even started believing in the concept of abundance, I feel very strongly that you are experiencing the union energies. When you have union energies, it doesn't mean you'll not be sad, or you'll not have problems, or you'll not have challenges. Yes, but when you look at those challenges, or you look at that sad emotion, you're not going to react to it the same way that you were reacting earlier. It's a completely different way of response that you have learned. When you learn to respond correctly, then also you are in union of masculine and feminine, because your logic and emotion is married to each other in a positive marriage, in an uplifting marriage. So this is where I will close this session. You can get into a personal reading, or you can get into therapy with me. All details and important links are given in the description box. Some of you, if you want, you can also become my Patreon, and you can get my book, In the Name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. The link is in the description box, but there is a disclaimer that this book is available only on Amazon Kindle. And I also want to share with you that if you want to get into a reading with me, then kindly do not share anything in advance. Once you schedule the session, you can write to me, and I'll tell you some important ways to go about it, a step I will give you, and we can talk about the situation or whatever your questions are in the personal one-on-one session. Because I use psychic abilities, spiritual tools and modalities along with intuitive reading, so it's best if it is like fresh and raw. So, one love, peace out, and victory to Ram.